Hello, beautiful souls. Lisa from Soul Centered Kinesiology. I just had an inspirational download to share as an energy balance, as an energy healing. And I am sharing this with my community in the Soul Centered portal. And I am also sharing this with the soulmate clients that are resonating with this kind of work. Essentially, what I do is I bring kinesiology, mind-body medicine, theta healing, shamanic healing, esoteric wisdom and esoteric healing. I bring in positive psychology, NLP, and all forms of spirituality, and I mix it all together into one modality. That's what I call soul-centered kinesiology, but I've also coined it recently as divine health, because I very much believe that the root to all of our conditions, patterns, blocks, whatever you want to call them, mind, body, and soul, they come from an energy. And when we clear the energy, we clear the physical symptom, and we also clear the psychological, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual connection to the root cause. So I'm all about clearing the root cause. The way that I do this is in various different ways. So it's beyond the modality. I had one of my beautiful soul sisters that I've just met online ask a question, or at least say a statement where it's like, this modality that you're offering is affecting me in ways beyond any other modality. And the reason why is because it's not just the modality. We can learn a modality, but the truth is the medicine is the creator, is the creator. I'm channeling God consciousness. I'm channeling pure unconditional love. And the other thing is, and take this with discernment, the other thing is that you may not know is that I programmed myself to be a portal for healing. And people that know me on a intimate level, on a deep level, on a personal level, they understand what I mean. Let's not get lost in the spiritual lingo here. It's essentially, I do this not only for a living, but I do this also in my personal life. Who I am is very much naturally a healing archetype. I'm a Piscean. And if your sun sign is in Pisces, then you're here for spiritual service. But I take all of that lightly, because that's all, archetypal understandings of who we are, when we are way more than just our astrological sign. But the more we know who we are as a soul, the more we're connected to our divine self, the more we understand what our soul mission is. And my entire journey up until now has been very much unraveling as to who I am from a cosmic perspective. And because I'm so clear about it, and because I have this knowingness, because of the journey of self-discovery, I know thyself. And because I know thyself, I have activated my superpowers, my spiritual gifts. And I'm actually sharing that in my programs and in my one-to-one mentorship. I'm helping people activate their supernatural powers. I'm helping people activate their soul gifts. I'm helping people embrace, through confidence, authenticity, and their unique individuated template, how to share their personalized medicine out into the world. So to answer the question as to why is this modality so powerful, it's because my presence holds all these codes. And it's because I very much have been cultivating my supernatural powers. And I'm sharing this with you because I want to activate your confidence and your knowingness and your self-awareness as to who you are, so that you can start moving in a way that is true for you and your divine medicine, what it is that you're here to express, share, be, radiate out into the world. And it's a journey. It's a journey of gathering all that information and acting on it and practicing and acting on it and practicing. We all have our own unique essence, just like every crystal does, just like every plant does, just like every color does, just like every frequency. You have a unique source frequency that is one of a kind. And when you're tapped into your magic, your unique flavor of magic, that is when you become the icon, the iconic self. You become your own icon and live a life in alignment or in congruence to your soul truth, your soul truth, your divine truth, your co-creation with all that is. So that is the introduction to what we're doing in this session. This session, we're going to activate a few things. We're going to activate a program clearing called The Early Bird Catches the Worm, and we're going to do that through frequency downloads. Downloads are energetic medicine that clears your DNA and your cells. So it clears you on mind, body, soul level. And the early bird catches the worm is all about, I am always at the right place at the right time. My timing is always absolutely perfect. I let go of the fear of being late and work in with the universal tides. Now, I'm feeling energetically and intuitively that this is relating to, when we're on purpose, we're expressing ourselves, we're creating, we're on the path, and then it's like that fight, that battle between the mind, the logic, and the flow. Like an example is, it's logical to work 9 to 5. It's logical to work your ass off until everything is done and then on to the next thing. It's logical to structure everything, schedule everything. It's illogical to let the inspiration move through you in a place and time and spaciousness where it's divinely orchestrated, so I want to release the guilt as well associated with you following your soul versus following the ego's command as to how things need to look due to logic. I really want your timing mechanisms to work at optimum levels from a new paradigm's perspective, because like what we activated in Weightless, we just finished this week. It was a 2-month exploration of all the transpersonal chakras and energy levels beyond this dimension of reality. And what we activated is the new paradigm. There is no time. So you can have complete success in your soul business, in your soul mission, without needing to be busy. You don't have to be busy. Busy is a man-made construct. So imagine what it's like to just work 10 hours a week, but that be more than enough, because those 10 hours are this creative surge that comes through because it's divine timing, because it's meant to come through in that moment. And then the rest of the time of the week, you're building, you're being, you're creating, you're relaxing, you're resting, you're allowing your nervous system to be in stillness. And that's the ultimate new paradigm of slowing down and integrating more divine feminine wisdom in sacred union to the masculine way of doing. It's true balance. And yet it feels illogical and it feels wrong. There's no way I could just work 10 hours a week and that be enough. But who said so? Why not normalize that? Why not? Why not normalize when you have a business that you work 2 hours? You work 2 hours a day of solid precision and focus, and then the rest is creative, the rest is organizational, the rest is delegating, the rest is supporting yourself, your family, allowing the deeper truths to come forward without the guilt, without the shame, without the fear associated to what the consequences might be or what one may lose in the process of paradigm shifting themselves into this new way of being. So I very much would love to offer you the downloads right now, and then we're going to release some pain. We're going to do a sacral chakra healing, and we're also going to release a fear that was muscle tested. And I want you guys to be open-minded as to what the fear is, because the fear is the fear of going out. And you might think, oh, but that doesn't relate to me. But I don't want you guys to take on something that isn't relevant for you. That's not what we're here for. But I would open your mind and heart and gut to the possibility that maybe there is an element of that in the unknown, in the repressed part of you, just to make sure it's not there. So we can unhook you from the collective consciousness around the fear of going out due to some of the things that have been happening. Like, I very much know people that still have the fear of COVID. And that happened now 2.5 years ago, and yet people are still hooked into that world. And that's okay, but there might be all these fears that are stacked onto one another that we're not aware of. So we're going to breathe in and out. We're going to expand our energetic field. We're going to relax our body. We're going to allow Mother Earth's energy to connect to our feet. I'm going to open up our brain to absorb all of the light. We're going to open up our heart to the love of all that is, the pure love. We're going to align our will with divine will, our heart with divine love, our mind with divine mind, infinite love, infinite will. And we're just going to allow these energy centers to now be in co-creation with the plane of existence that is pure source energy. And we're just going to call in the angels, the ancestors. We're invoking all medicinal plant life, crystals, angels, ancestors, ascended masters. We're just going to call in the gods, the goddesses that love us unconditionally. from the creator's perspective and definition, and we're just going to breathe. And we're just going to breathe. And as you have your eyes closed and you breathe in and out, you receive the downloads and say yes. I see the big picture of how things fit into the universal plan. I create the perfectly timed pathways for success. I know how to take the right steps and make the right moves at the right time. And just take a deep breath in. Just witnessing these downloads enter into your cells, your heart, your kidneys, your liver, your sex glands. And as you breathe in and out, we continue to download. I know how to take the time to assess what is right for me. I am free of fear, and I know how to be free of fear, and I know how to feel free of fear, and I'm filled with confidence. Take a deep breath in. I know how to feel empowered and aligned with inspired action, and just smile now. Just smile. Take a deep breath in. I am living the life I am meant to be living in this moment. Take a deep breath in, and I'm just going to send a lot of love into your heart. Downloading. I see myself as worthy of achieving my dreams through ease and new paradigms. So I want this to happen at your pace, your own way, your own intelligence. Allow the creative intelligence that created you, that birthed you into existence, to support you in birthing your life's work into existence, and allow that to happen with grace. Allow it to happen with joy, just like a child, is nurtured through their achievements. Allow yourself to be that mentor for yourself, living without overwhelm and knowing how to live without overwhelm. And just take a deep breath in. Things come into my life at the exact right time. Relationships come into my life at exactly the right time. People come into my life at exactly the right time. Take a deep breath in. And they're downloading now as you say yes, as you allow this to take place, Creator. I can never miss out on what I am in the flow of my life. I can never miss out when I am in the flow of my life. People come into my life at exactly the right time. I get exactly what I need at exactly the right time. I let go of the panic and know there is enough for everyone. I am able to rest and operate in universal flow. I allow things to come into my experience at the perfect time as I am aligned. Whatever I need, I shall receive. Everything I need for my evolution is available for me now and always. Take a deep breath in. I am always at the right place at the right time. I attract to me and manifest my desires at the perfect time. My timing mechanisms work at optimal levels. Take a deep breath in. I am in the flow of life. Everything in my life is perfectly timed. There is always enough for everyone to thrive and survive. I let go of all perceived limitations, and I know that there is always enough for everyone. Everyone's needs are completely and fully met. I let go of a lack consciousness and embrace universal abundance. I let go of the fear of missing out. I let go of the fear of missing out and walk the pathways of abundance. I let go of competition, competitiveness, and know that there is enough for everyone. I always arrive at the right time. Take a deep breath in. This is going to be massive shift. This is going to be such a big shift to let go of competitiveness, because then you're not rushing anymore. Then you're not playing the game in accordance to other people's timelines. I always arrive at the right time. Everything I need is available to me. Everything I need for my evolution is available to me now and always. Whatever I need, I shall receive. I receive what I need at perfect time. I allow things to come into my experience at the perfect time as I am aligned and operate in universal flow. I am able to rest. I let go of panic and know that there is enough for everyone. Would you like to know the Creator's perspective and definition of universal flow? Take a deep breath in. Now, these downloads, you can listen to them again because I kind of just powered through them, but just know that your unconscious, your superconscious, your consciousness is receiving them in a loving and easy way. Listen to this again to really let it land even more so. Just know that I've witnessed this. So your frequency is shifting now at this level of universal flow, at this level of always at the right place at the right time, having this attraction power, this magnetism to you. We're not going to be too long, but I'm going to just do the sacral chakra. And the reason why is because my body actually has indicated this. My body has told me we need to do the sacral chakra. Whereas the other program I muscle tested using kinesiology. And what I want to release in the sacral, so the sacral is underneath your belly button, but also the lower back around the kidney area and where the sex organs are. And the sacral is all about releasing competition, healing loss of sexual libido. And what was muscle tested was not going after needs and lacking purpose. Not going after needs and lacking purpose. And I really want you guys to contemplate and reflect on this for a moment, because I felt that I did have purpose. And so when I'm like lacking purpose and not going after needs, what if true purpose is well-being? What if true purpose is family? What if true purpose is doing the things that you love versus the things that you have to do? You know, let's redefine from the Creator's perspective and definition of what purpose is. And let's actually, instead of blaming, shaming ourselves for not going after needs, let's actually identify what our needs are on a soul level. I'm going to download them, and you're just going to breathe in and out. I'm going to download what your needs are, and I'm going to download the creator's perspective of purpose. And we release victim consciousness, knowing that that is actually an illusion. It's a false way of seeing your experience. Knowing that you're not a victim. Knowing that you are in the power. Knowing that you do hold power. Knowing that you are power. Living without feeling used by others. And this is common, feeling used by others. It's been coming up a lot. It really has. It's been coming up a lot in terms of synchronicity. Like, it's been popping up. It's been popping up. People feel like it's in the collective, right? People feel like, you know, they're not being appreciated for who they be. They're being desired, used, wanted for what they do, what they offer someone else. You know, what that person can get from them versus who they be. And so let's just release that. Let's just unplug you from that. Like, if you're plugged in to a paradigm where you feel used by others and that's a consciousness, I'm just going to unplug you. I'm going to unplug you from feeling unsure and uneasy within yourself. And it's important for you to know why you feel unsure and uneasy within yourself. But I want to wipe out your belief of your identity, like, as in, I want to go to the Gestalt brain of your history, and I want to look at, you know, the accumulation of who you think you are across your entire life experience. And I just want to, like, just cleanse it a little bit. Like, let's just cleanse your identity, because who you're becoming might be completely opposite as to who you were. Like, you as the iconic self, you as this infamous being that is powerful and a genius. And if you don't identify as that person because of your past, then you're locked into the past self and the past identity. We need to release that. The holding of physical, emotional, energetic toxicity in the lower body. I want to release that now for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to replenish it with the creator's perspective and definition of the opposite to toxicity, whether it's congruence, whether it's purity, whether it's alkalinity, whether it's cleansed, clean, integrity. Because the thing is, when you operate from integrity, you don't need to worry about anything. When you operate from integrity, you eat from integrity. You speak and behave from integrity. You create from integrity. You relate from integrity. You nurture your body from integrity. Your body is a temple. So let's just clean up some of the toxicity. And what I'm getting intuitively is that some of you are ashamed of the skeleton in the closet as to your addictions, whether you're taking drugs or using food as drugs, or lashing out on your loved one as an addiction to avoid some of the trauma that needs to be addressed within you. Whether you have poor personal boundaries and invasion of others, whether there's poor social skills and unwilling to socialize, whether there's power playing or reproduction issues, or you're ruled by emotions, or there's this seductive manipulation that you were taught, or you're addicted to sex or acting out or sexually demanding. So these are all the sacral chakra frequencies that I'm balancing right now with you. Whether you're not trusting yourself or others, whether you're numb emotionally, where there's no pride in yourself, whether you are hooked into lust, guilt, harboring grudges, blaming others and not taking responsibility, or you're intolerant, or there's dishonesty leading to exaggerating or embellishing facts, or there's emotional immaturity or dependency and insecurity, envy, jealousy, where you feel unloved, where you frequently need new relationships, or you have this feeling where creativity is blocked, you're controlled by others, or there's a confusion deep within yourself, or you're compulsive, competitive. And these are all the aspects of the sacral. And I want to clear that for you right here, right now. And the way that I'm going to clear it, intuitively speaking, is I'm actually going to release it through an understanding of a deep, dull, intense ache and cramps. The reason why is because imagine that all of these symptoms that I just mentioned are, if we just bunch them all together into one symbol, or into one condition, or one one symptom, right? Let's call it a deep, dull, intense ache and cramp. And I want you guys to be ache and cramp free. So we're also literally going to release any sort of PMS or menstrual cramp issues or aches, not only in the sacral area, but also the lower back, because that's very, very common. So I'm going to read to you the psychology of a deep, intense ache and cramp. Just know that all of these things are natural when there's no judgment. For example, envy and jealousy, but you want to release that because it's an illusion. Your life is so unique. And so I want you guys to live without the imbalance of the sacral. And then I'm going to give you the balanced version of the sacral. So the psychology, according to Michael J. Lincoln, of cramps is they have a highly sensitized experience of the world's ills and evils. It is an intensely pained perceptivity and orientation. They have a lot of heart smarts. There has been deprivation, a deep need, or a desire for something that is not being fulfilled. And there is an aching imperative for change and fulfillment. They have an intense longing for love and a desperate need for being held, arising from a feeling of undeservingness. They have effectively thrown in the towel on their ever getting it. They are essentially resigned to a stoic trip in which they tend to capitulate to the fact that things are never going to get any better and they just have to bite the bullet. As a result, they tend to numb out and grudgingly forbear things. The combination of the sense of powerlessness, the breadth and depth of their awareness, and the saturation with negativity of their childhood led to a tilt in a tragedian direction. It comes from having been driven to the sidelines at an early age in an intricately dysfunctional and rejecting family, and from there observing everything like a Martian anthropologist. Wow. So if any of that resonates as to the root of this imbalance, because envy, jealousy, intolerance, lack of desire, passion, excitement, losing power, victim consciousness, these are almost like symptoms as well, not just root causes. It's like, what's the root cause of victim consciousness? Well, we've just uncovered intuitively what it may be. So when you're ready, now that you've got the self-awareness, direct it into a body part using your healing touch, because touch is seriously healing. It is literally a love language, and literally therefore a love language medicine. So I'm going to place my hands onto the sex organs, and I'm going to now download the balance of the sacral, and then I want you guys to go deeper, because I'm just going to give you the list of what a balanced sacral is, but then I really want you to go deeper into what it is that truly resonates for you, that like really relates. This is important, that part. So when you're ready, breathing in and out, feel free to place a crystal. I'm just going to grab a crystal. One moment. I've just got a tourmaline and clear quartz sphere. Clear quartz amplifies, tourmaline grounds. I'm going to place it on the sacral, on the sex organs. Creator of all that is, from the seventh plane of existence, pure source light, pure unconditional love, perfect love and perfect truth, infinite light, infinite love, infinite mind, divine will, divine love, divine mind. It is commanded through grace, gratitude, thankfulness. It is commanded that all the downloads integrate in a loving and easy way into every cell of our being. Activate the healing properties of the crystal to transform, transmute all aches, pains, cramps, imbalances, distortions, holes, rips, tears in the energetic field, in the nadis, in the cells, in all aspects of the multi-dimensional field. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, take care of it. Take a deep breath in. I have, and I know how to feel the ability to give and receive from life. I know how to acknowledge emotions, and I am a master of acknowledging emotions. Take a deep breath in. I know how to allow myself to feel. Take a deep breath in. I know how to feel, and I know how to allow and recognize a balanced sexual health. I have balanced sexual health. Take a deep breath in. I know how to feel beautiful, and I have a beautiful, loving intimacy. And I have the creator's perspective and definition of beautiful and loving intimacy. I know how to birth new creative ideas. Take a deep breath in and breathe and breathe and breathe. Make sure you're breathing, guys. This is a meditation, so just allow yourself to relax more and more and more and more and more. Change comes easily, and I know how to allow change. I know how to feel comfortable in my body. I comfortably know how to express feelings and sexual desires. I am confident and secure in myself from the creator's perspective and definition. I have continual nurturing of self and others, and I know how to. I have balance in continual nurturing self and others. I have emotional intelligence, balance, and stability from the creator's perspective and definition. I know how to feel worthy and deserving of energy, motivation, and endurance. I know how to feel worthy and deserving of feeling joy and passion. I know how to feel worthy and deserving from the creator's perspective and definition of flowing relations with others. Take a deep breath in. I have fluidity and free and graceful movement from the creator's perspective and definition. I have and I know how to feel freedom from the creator's perspective and definition. I feel, and I have the creator's perspective and definition of feeling friendly, calm, and kind. I honor sexual boundaries, and I know how to. I have increased desire. I understand the creator's perspective and definition of justice, and I embody justice. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. I have discernment on justice. I know the difference between the ego's version of justice and the soul's version of justice. Take a deep breath in. I have knowledge of where I come from and where I am going. I know how to let go and just be. I know how to negotiate successfully with others. I am open. I am passionate in lovemaking. I am patient and tolerant. Pleasure and enjoyment is my day-to-day experience from the creator's perspective and definition of pleasure and enjoyment. I have a positive relationship with my body and 100% a positive relationship, not 50-50, not kind of, sort of, shoulda, 50, 80%. I mean 100%. 100%. That means you love those rolls. That means you love that cellulite. That means you love that uneven face. That means you love the gray hairs. See it from a soul perspective. See it from, a truth perspective. Like when you see an animal and you see its beauty, are you judging the imperfections of the animal, or do you see the animal for what it is? Same with any plant. So we really do want to transcend judgment and criticism here and see yourself as a divine, natural being. Feel that truth. Feel what I'm transmitting here. Like, your beauty is unconditional. There is no criticism. There is no judgment. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Allow yourself to see yourself from the creator's eyes. I have receptivity and I am receptive. I recognize personal boundaries. Now, so many people talk about boundaries. So many people talk about personal boundaries. But have you actually written down your boundaries from a place of rules? Write them down as rules so that you can trust yourself and know that they get to change, especially if you're in business. Because as your business grows, you're gonna get more and more and more people coming in. And you've got to have boundaries as to how you navigate this to protect your inner sanctum. It's not about protecting your energy, it's about protecting your inner sanctum. Your energy is already protected when you are in love, when you're not in judgment. It's naturally protected. When you're in love, nothing comes in that sways you. You're not taking on anything. Love is the greatest protection. And I want you to take a deep breath in, and I want you to just give yourself the recognition of your personal boundaries because you know thyself. Like, I'm just gonna be candid on purpose to activate you because that's how I heal. I share my stuff, and it's a very courageous thing to do on the internet. But like, I need a lot of space. I'm a very sensitive soul. You know, I realized my whole entire life I've merged with other people. It takes a lot of courage to not judge oneself when you realize that your entire identity was built about from merging with your mother, your father, and your caregivers because you've got this good girl syndrome that you've been conditioned to operate from. Literally, if I don't have boundaries, I merge with other people. That's my superpower. That's the reason why I'm really good at what I do, because someone can come into the clinic and I can literally be like, this is what we need to heal. Boom, done. Some people don't even need to come back. Not because they don't want to, but because the condition is done and gone. And I've got the text messages that prove it. Like, people are like, you know what? The issue that I came in with, I don't even remember what it was. I don't even remember what it was. They have no memory recall of why they came to see me. And it's because I literally become them. And I'm like, I feel it all. And I'm like, well, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. Anyways, long story short, you need to know yourself and not feel guilty about it. If I don't have my own space, I go crazy, literally crazy. So write your personal rules and know that they get to change. Take a deep breath in. Let's just infuse that passion into the sacrum. Let's just bring that passion. I'm very passionate sometimes. Let's just bring it into the sacrum. Take a deep breath in. Breathe into the sacral area. Downloading. I have the creator's perspective and definition of reproduction, and I allow my reproduction systems to balance now through self-awareness, movement, nourishment, self-nurturing, self-love, unconditional love, and high self-esteem. Knowing thyself, believing in thyself, trusting in thyself, forgiving thyself, and receiving unconditional love from all that is. Take a deep breath in. I have the creator's definition and perspective of self-esteem and sensuality. I know how to live my day-to-day life with high self-esteem and expressing my sensuality. Take a deep breath in. I know how to share emotions sincerely and freely with ease. And I have support in a relationship. And I live from universal love. Universal love is the foundation, the basis of my life experience. Vitality and well-being is the foundation, the basis, the roots of my life experience. And I know how to cultivate universal love. I know how to be a key conduit in sharing that universal love. I am the conduit of universal love. And abundance is all there is. Abundance is all there is. Abundance is all there is. I know how to work harmoniously with others from the creator's perspective and definition. Take a deep breath in and out. So your homework for your sacral, for your sex chakras, for your organs is to focus on emotional healing through the elements of life. I want you to go and have a relationship with fire, with water, with the air, with the earth. Do that on a regular basis. Your life is your art. Your work is your art. Your healing is your art. So I want you to place your hands onto the grass. I want you to go to a beach and touch the water. I want you to breathe in that salt. I want you to connect with your body. And I want you to be in your full power and accept all bodily processes as natural, including sex. And I want your sex life and your creative flow to be sacred. Create a sacred experience. So that means make your bedroom a sacred space where you can really have loving sex, whether it's with yourself or whether it's with the other. And let's just download discernment on what I mean by that, because it's the expression of your sacredness on a physical level, Let's just ask the creator's perspective and definition of what is sexuality and sensuality. And knowing how to be the embodiment of, I embrace and celebrate my sexuality. I honor my body and I feel good within myself. I move easily and effortlessly. It is safe to be who I am. Life is pleasurable. I am balanced in my creative flow. I accept my full power. I accept happy and fulfilling relationships in my life. And the thing is, having happy and fulfilling relationships in your life is truly what's going to matter at the end of the day. So the activities on top of all of that is a hot bath with essential oils, magnesium, eating slowly and enjoying your food, deep tissue massages, dancing, nurturing your needs, resting, showing love to yourself, social activities, walking, yoga, swimming, meditation, assigning healthy boundaries. So you literally don't just write them down, but assign them. I want you to take a deep breath in. We're integrating everything for you. Thank you for holding the space for my passionate side to come out. We're always changing. We're always changing. We're always changing. And I want you to connect with the you that is the identity of who you are that has it all. I want her and him to come right in front of your face right now. And they are the embodiment of who you are that has it all. Who you are that has it all from your perspective of what having it all is, not from the ego perspective, because the ego perspective is never going to fulfill you. Like, say an example, this is just an example, having like 100,000 followers just because. It's not even about that. It's what gives you true meaning in your life. Now, if you did use a crystal, take the crystal and then place it back into the earth to cleanse it, and reach out either in the comments or in the soul-centered portal. If you guys have already reached out and I haven't got back to you yet, I will do so. This week, I have been putting together details for the retreat that I'm offering for leaders, visionaries, who want to really have an upgraded experience in their nervous system and really develop a new paradigm of leadership mastery. So reach out for one-to-ones. I've got a clinic tomorrow with some of my soulmate clients, and I'm so excited to channel for them, to support them. I believe tomorrow is going to be, intuitively speaking, it's going to be about self-worth. It's going to be about connecting to that deeper know thyself, self-trust, self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, and really unleashing self from the highest version of who we are. You know, say that you're shy and the true you on a soul level is assertive and speaks up. We're shifting into that frequency. So if you'd like some energetic, emotional, mental, spiritual support, I'm your gal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Lots of love.